Hey everybody, welcome back to Live Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz. Jack and Letty are still down in Lake Jackson because we're being distance because, distance really, and being safe. But yeah, so this is again coming from my little shitty apartment galley kitchen. I apologize. This one, it's two things that we've done before separately, and I want to do it together. And I lucked out and I found an excellent piece of fish. So we're gonna try it out here and see how it works. Let's get into it. Before we do, be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, ring the little bell. Very much appreciate that. Check out our merch shop. Link should be down in the tube. We got aprons, fake hands, all kind of stuff. And let's just get into the recipe, man. Alright, so this is all the stuff I was talking about. This is a piece of fish. Usually you get smaller pieces for like 20 bucks. I found this for $6 at the local like Kroger. It's frozen, full side of salmon. This is outstanding. Gonna need one of those. Alright, then you're gonna need some butter. About 2 tablespoons of butter or so. You're gonna want your lime and salt and pepper just to cook the fish, right? That's what's gonna be there. Everything else is gonna be for your Pico De Gallo. I'm putting in garlic because it's me. You want a little bit of red onion, a couple of Roma tomatoes. I'm not a giant fan of tomatoes, so I go a little light on those. So I only use 2, where I think the recipe called for 4. Jalapeno, optional, because it's Texas. Lime, you want a full lime, and you're going to want cilantro. Make sure you get good cilantro, that you don't accidentally grab the leafy basil, because I've screwed that up before. I did that. That's on me. I'm sorry, Jack. So get you a big skillet where your fish are going to there. I went ahead and cut it in half. It's still frozen. You want to put it on medium to medium low. You don't want it too high. You want it low and slow to cook this, all right? So go ahead and get your 2 tablespoons of butter, put it in there, let it start to melt. All right, so this is how low I have it set here. I can use my hand there. It does melt the butter, but it does it slow. So go ahead and put these in. I put them in skin down first. So like I said, they're still frozen. They're starting to defrost a little bit. You can kind of see where the belly meat is on the outside. I put those on the outside because the center is thicker, and I want it to cook slower around the edges. And that's just the part of the thing there. Now, if you have an offset stove where the butter goes one way, you want to put the butter on the far end so it'll slide under it to go the other side. Go ahead and hit it with some salt and pepper. Again, this is to taste. Completely optional with the salt and pepper. If you don't want to put it on there, don't put it on there. All right? So, now you get your lime. Again, optional, but I like doing it. I got some really tough, lime, so go ahead and get you a knife or a fork or something. Stab it in there and just squeeze the ever-living monkey out of it. Just squeeze it, get it all over the top, and you're set. Okay, while that's cooking, we're going to go ahead and make your pico. Get you a decent-sized bowl. I got my mixing bowl over there, and get all your vegetables, and make sure everything's washed and cleaned, especially your cilantro. They hide a lot of dirt in there. So, got those nice and scrubbed. So, the rest of this we're just going to dice up as small as possible, right? And put it in our bowl. That's it. So, you got your onion. You want to start on the outside and work your way to the middle. So, I do 1 or 2 cuts just on the side here. Turn it, stack it up, cut it across once, cut it across the other way, and then I cut the ever-living heck out of my finger here. Ring finger on my left hand. I had to go get a band. Oh, right there. No, it's my middle finger. Yeah, it's healed since then, so I'm sorry. So go ahead and scrape those off. I'm not just scraping it into the floor. I moved the bowl. I'm sorry, my camera wasn't pointing exactly where it was, and I was standing directly over it, so I couldn't really see where it was. Go ahead and get your garlic and mince that up as best you can. Just keep cutting it. Just whacking it down smaller. Now, if you did just cut your finger, as soon as the garlic oil starts getting to you, you're gonna know where that cut is. So just go ahead and cut it as best you can, and then throw that in there. I was like, I don't mind the big chunks, so I just throw it in there with some big chunks. If you want it smaller, that's fine. Again, that can be an optional part if you're not big. It's one of the few times I've actually heard of using garlic in a pico, so I did it just because I can. Your tomatoes, you want to go ahead and slice it in half because it's easier to handle half at a time than a full tomato. Give them another 2 or 3 slices, stack them up, cut them across once, cut them across the other way. It's relatively close to dicing, I guess. It's making small cubes out of your tomato. I put both of those in there. Now, I thought I had my camera rolling, so I apologize. So you missed part of the jalapeno. I cut it in half and ripped the veins and the seeds out from inside, just because I don't want that bitter taste in there. Go ahead and cut these up once across, then once the other way. Mostly just because, you don't want big pieces of jalapeno. Mind your finger, especially if you just cut it. And then throw these on top. Again, your jalapeno is usually added to everything down here, but it can be optional. Now, your cilantro, you're going to want all your leafy parts here. So your top 1/3 to 1/2 of your cilantro, go ahead and put it in there. So I just went ahead and cut it. Save this for something else. We can put that in there. Give it another nice run through with your knife so you don't just have full leaves. Put it right on top. And then your lime. Oh, not quite. Ripe limes are super tough. So again, just take it, squeeze the ever-living monkey for all you can to try to get it out of there. Again, if you have a cut on your finger, you're going to find it. I had one on my thumb and I didn't know it when I started doing this. So squeeze it the best you can, roll it, try to get as much of that juice out of there as you can. It's one of the quintessential parts of your pico. Get you a knife or a fork and kind of stab it in there a little bit. It helps get the last of that lime juice out of there. Put it in there. If you have some that have seeds and stuff, you can put it on cheesecloth. It'll kind of strain that out. Now, this has been on here for low for about 10-12 minutes or so. We're going to go ahead and flip it over, put it skin side up, and let it cook for another 12 to 15, right? And again, it's really low heat, so, you know, if you have it on higher, it's going to cook a lot faster than that. But because we're mixing everything else up and it's still frozen, you want to leave it down. I'm going to leave the skin on it, so I'm just going to go ahead and salt, pepper, lime the top of this with the skin on it anyway. And let it sit, again, 12, 15, depends. Like, don't go just on my oven settings and my timing. You know, keep an eye on it. If it starts to get brown, go ahead and turn it over. So, as this has been cooking, the skin side down, you can go ahead and pull the skin off now if you want. Again, I'm leaving it on this time. I don't mind it at all, but it's an option if you want to pull that off if you're not wanting to eat that part. So, just a quick PSA. If you're going to cut the jalapenos, use the jalapenos, cut them, dice them, put them in the thing. Wash your hands before you touch your face or anything else, like if you got to go to the bathroom. I screwed up and my lips are on fire. So just a heads up, guys. Back to the food. Yeah, so that guy kind of knows what he's talking about. So there you go. So again, this has been about 12 minutes. You can see it's starting to brown on one side, so I'm going to leave it cooking for a little while longer. Try to keep that skinnier meat, that belly meat, out towards the outside to cook it low and slow, right? Go ahead and flip this over. This is starting to smell great. This one, I wasn't paying attention. I just went ahead and flipped it inside. So let it cook for another 5 to 6 minutes. Make sure it's all nice and brown all over. And then I go ahead and pull that out. While we're doing that, you want to get that pico and give it a nice stir. Give it a nice toss if you can. That's all that's needed now. I don't know why I didn't stir it before. You got to check your temperature on your fish if you need to, but if it's nice and brown, it's starting to get crunchy on the edges. That's what we're looking for. So go ahead and turn your heat off, pull that off, put it on a plate, right? Boom. So now you got it here. Watch that fucking thing. It's still hot. That burner's still it's going to be easier to work next to. Get your nice pico and just scatter it on the top here. You can pile it up, especially if you're going to put something else on the plate. You want to decorate out. But man, look how pretty that is. Just the colors of the pico make it like I almost want to add it to absolutely every meal I had. Skin up or skin down. As I'm showing you how the skin is up. Makes a gorgeous piece. I think we're going to use that for the thumbnail for this one. Now, that's both your pieces of fish. You got a lot of pico left. What do? You put it next to some chips, like, right? Because that's how you eat Tex-Mex here. Before you eat it, you eat chips first. This is outstanding. I was worried that I'd never get to do something like this, mostly because the fish is super expensive. But I was able to find, like I said, that piece of frozen fish at the local Kroger for like $6. So this is great. This made a meal for two or a meal for one fat guy. It's relatively easy. It was well under our budget because the vegetables and stuff were fresh. They were a little more expensive than any kind of frozen stuff or even like a canned or bagged pre-made pico. But this was outstanding. This actually worked out very well. I enjoyed it. Use it for a lot of like dates and stuff. That's a lie. I don't have a lot of dates, but I would if I did. So yeah, go ahead and try that. And there you have it, guys. That's as Galveston, Texas Gulf Coast Tex-Mex as you can get seafood. It's light, it's nice, it's really good. It's actually kind of healthy for you. Jalapeno's going to make you cry a little bit. But like my grandma said, if you got a date, do something fancy. Don't make him cry in the bedroom, make him cry at the dinner table. She was weird. But if you do it differently, you want to see us do it differently, let us know. Put it down in the comments. That's what they're there for. Ow, that still hurts, and I still got jalapeno on it. So, Band-Aids are absorbent. Did you know that? Go figure. So, be sure to let us know in the comments. You can also find us on social media. You can find us at Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon. You can find us all those at Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. And also find us at Instagram at Living Between. I had to shorten that up. A little shorter down there. Again, shout out to our patrons. Can't do this without you. We got some new videos coming to you guys. It's awesome. You guys get secret videos. I mean, later we put them out for everybody else, but you guys get them first. That's awesome. I'll see you next time. I got a date coming. No, I don't. It just sounds cool on the mic, man. I'm sad. I'm going to go eat fish. Catch y'all next time.